Goodbye, Casabon. See you next weekend. Alright, we have Uncle Nicolini, which they have a lot. They got a lot of SCPs in the belt, under the belt. And finding the most recent one was a bit more difficult. So I believe the most recent one we had read of Uncle Nicolini was not that long ago. It was the 2983. Which 2983. Yes, it was the cereal that would sing when you like before you eat them. Like it would like have like, I think was it like only singing or was it like different effects? I believe there was like different effects depending on which type of cereal you had from the same company. But yeah, they made like a Uncle Nicolini made like a whole like fake cereal, which was honestly it's pretty awesome. You can choose a flavor. Yeah, there's different effects, right? Seasons change. Seasons change. Oh. Okay, there's looks like there's an extension here. Content warning. Suicide. Okay. Anybody who's not comfortable with the theme of suicide in fiction, you can skip this video completely. I understand. It's fine. Object class Keto. Special containment procedures SCP-3085 is currently located in room 1221D at Site 55 former humanoid containment wing. All entities housed in the wing have been relocated to Site 23. Access to SCP-3085 is restricted to senior researcher with level 4 clearance and cognitive hazard resistance training. Description: SCP-3085 is a gray sphere floating 1.5 meters above the ground and currently measuring about 1.5 meters in diameter. The chamber occupied by the anomaly is white and emits a bright light from an unknown source, which will not create shadows. Oh, okay. Gray sphere. The aforementioned appearance of the chamber is part of the object's anomalous effect. As the room was a humanoid containment chamber prior to SCP-3085's manifestation. In addition to its space-altering properties, SCP-3085 possesses a cognitive hazardous effect upon viewing. Subjects exposed to the anomaly report a calming and soothing sensation as well as non-pessimistic existential nihilistic thoughts such as the acceptance of death, an absence of death anxiety, etc. SCP-3085 will then non-verbally communicate to those under its effects choice in their existence, allowing them to end their life by their own decision. The effect is not compulsive, and to date, only willing subjects may choose to end their life by coming into physical contact with SCP-3085. Subjects forced to come into physical contact with SCP-3085 will fall through the anomaly with no harm being done. This remains true even with subjects who stated a willingness to accept SCP-3085's offer prior to being forced into contact. Physical contact with SCP-3085 by willing subjects will result in the instant cessation of all life functions, with the rapid dematerialization of the body taking place within 45 seconds. Oh shit. So if you want to accept the ball, you just instantly die. Instant death. Don't redeem the stretch thing because I'm already stretching. Remember, like, the hydrate and the stretch redeem is meant to be used when I haven't done it in a while. And you think and you realize I haven't done it in a while and I need to drink or stretch. Oh yeah. Okay. Addendum 1. Interview with affected personnel. Researcher Phi, interviewer Dr. Hewitt. Researcher Phi was exposed to SCP-3085 and refused to its offer, being the first to do so. The interview was conducted 20 minutes following exposure to the anomaly. Begin log. Hello, Researcher Phi. How are you feeling? Good afternoon, Doctor. I'm doing well enough. I suppose How about yourself? Excellent, thank you. Now, I see on this testing log submitted by lead researcher Wow that you volunteered to be exposed to SCP-3085. Is this correct? Yes, Doctor. And you did this being fully aware of SCP-3085's properties? Yes, Doctor. I was told you said SCP-3085 made you an offer. Can you tell me about that? Well, I don't really know how to put it, but I'll try. Before I stepped into its room, I was a different person than who I am now. Looking at it, it just made me feel like nothing mattered. My only choice was deciding when I could die. I knew that by touching SCP-3085 I'd be able to die by my own volition. It didn't really make me an offer so much as just made me aware of what I said earlier. I see. Why did you volunteer to interact with SCP-3085? There's silence for 5 seconds as researcher 5 shifts in his chair. Well, I suppose I had been feeling down, as one might say. You know how it is working here. It's not exactly the cheeriest of environments, but anyway, I wasn't doing well and was starting to have really dark thoughts. Were you considering suicide? I was, yes. Okay, please continue. So as I was saying, I was getting to the point where I couldn't deal with the stress of working here and everything in my life. The typical stuff, I guess. Then Dr. Hart had the idea that maybe SCP-3085 didn't have a compulsive effect and the D-class we had thrown at it just wanted to get out. I can't say I blame them, to be honest. So I volunteered to test it. Well, now that is something. Refused to... Oh, okay. Now, given how you were feeling prior, why didn't you accept SCP-3085's offer? The thing is, Doctor, I had every intention of doing it. After it showed me how pointless life is, I thought that there really was no point. It made sense. Everything dies eventually. You, me, all of us. We aren't asked if we want to live. We're forced into it. The only choice we have is to let this life go on or end it when we want to. Researcher 5 pauses, taking a deep breath. But then, that can't really be right now, can it? I thought about my dog back home and how she has brought me so much joy. Is her life meaningless? She has enriched mine. I can only hope I'm enriching hers as well as the lives of those around me. I guess SCP-3085 is right, life is meaningless, but I figure it's up to me to give it meaning. That's why I chose to live. You must love your dog a lot. Very much so. Well, that'll be all for me. Thank you for your time, Researcher 5. I'm glad you're still with us. I'm sure your dog is too. Not a problem, and trust me, I'm glad too. When I get home today, she's gonna get all the lovings in the world. End log. Note: SCP-3085 has been classified using the same designation as the now neutralized entity believed to be responsible for its creation. Archive data of the original SCP-3085 is available below. And that's what we have here. Click to read the archived one. Let's see what we have here. Neutralized, formerly Keter. SCP-3085 is currently held outside humanoid containment way, medical terrain, personnel to clean, change, and reapply the entity's EGD tube, a type of feeding tube. Esophageal gastroduodenoscopy tube. Every day on the first shift change. General anesthetics are to be administered every 5 hours to keep the entity in a comatose state. In the event SCP-3085 wakes up, researchers in observation are to restrain and administer tranquilizers as needed until SCP-3085 is subdued. Description: SCP-3085 is an approximately 19-year-old Hispanic male with short white hair, tan skin. How long is this one? Oh, there's more. Okay. And a birthmark under its left eye, currently suffering from stage 7 Alzheimer's disease. When conscious, the entity displays symptoms of extreme regression, having lost the ability to swallow and speak in response with fear towards personnel it has known for over 40 years. SCP-3085 is a Class 4 reality bender capable of altering its appearance and its immediate area. Though the entity was capable of controlling its ability earlier in its life, its age and mental health have rendered it unable to do so reliably. For its safety and the safety of Foundation personnel, the containment specialist Rivers had deemed it imperative for SCP-3085 to be placed in a medically induced coma. On 2017, the entity disappeared from its containment chamber. Video surveillance out of the chamber shows SCP-3085 jolting up in its bed and contorting as if in pain. A black orb manifested before the entity, which grew visibly calm before reaching out to the orb. SCP-385 proceeded to slowly be absorbed by the orb until the entity completely disappeared. This is the original version, basically. Further information regarding SCP-385 and its history with the Foundation is available in the accompanying files. The old man with the old reality bender man was the original SCP-385 and then created the orb that is now SCP-385. Addendum into the log. Dr. Erickson, SCP-385, SCP-3085 was undergoing a lucid moment. A lucid moment refers to a period in which a sufferer of Alzheimer's disease becomes aware of themselves and their surroundings. They seem to be conscious and several of the symptoms had regressed. Researchers decided that this was an ideal time to speak to SCP-385. I wonder if, like, as a reality bender, if you have Alzheimer's, that must go crazy. That must be insane. Like, things that can go wrong will probably go extremely wrong because, like, random ideas will pop into your head that you don't have much control over. Or I wonder if, like, reality benders with Alzheimer's, if that by accident empowers the Alzheimer's, you know what I mean? I wonder. Also, I also wonder if they could technically erase Alzheimer's from their own body if they think about it. If they can. Well, it depends how much of reality bending they do or can do, right? I assume this one just cannot just do that. Hello, SCP-3085, how are you today? SCP-3085 silent. SCP-3085. SCP-3085 breathes, becoming agitated. Shapes appear in the air and the structure of the room begins to shift. SCP-3085, please. It's me. Sorry, I read please with it. SCP-3085, it's me. Please. The shapes become more vivid and the room changes drastically. SCP-3085 appears less visible. It's me, Dr. Erickson. Bill? That's right, it's Bill. Stay calm. I'm here. Anomalous activity slows. Stay with me. SCP-3085 gasps. Anomalous activity stops. That's it. It's okay. It's okay. Inaudible. What was that? It hurts. It hurts so much. I can't. SCP-3085 starts violently coughing. Do you need medical attention? No. The light bulbs of the containment cell shatter. No doctors. Pause. What can I do for you today, SCP-3085? You have to kill me. I can't do that, SCP-3085. Please, Bill. I can't live like this. SCP-3085, you're agitated. Why don't you calm down and we can... No. I have to do this now. I've been lucky most of my kind don't live this long. I have. I'm aging all over me. I can feel it. I can feel myself losing my mind. Do you have any idea what it feels like to watch yourself go insane? No, it's the scariest thing in the fucking world. I'm losing myself, Bill. And I'm losing control. My powers have always been a curse and... SCP-385. I'm terrified of what happens when I lose control, Bill. I need you to understand. These moments of lucidity aren't an elevation, they're just more pain. You've seen it. I'm losing control of my powers. My existence is pain and it needs to end. Please, Doctor, I'm begging you. If you don't, I'll fucking do it myself. Well, I'm sorry. Dr. Erickson's proposal. I worked with SCP-385 longer than anyone in Site-55 and longer than anyone in the Foundation. Of the almost 70 years he's been here, I've worked with him for 40. The reason I bring this to the community attention is that he spoke to me. In a brief moment of lucidity, he recognized me and begged me to kill him. I applied the anesthetics, he looked me dead in the eye and begged me as a friend to kill him, and told me that if I didn't kill him, he would do it himself the next time he could. I have sat on that moment for weeks. I, who treated him strictly, following the rules of interaction laid out by the Foundation, was considered a friend by SCP-385. I, who never called him by anything other than SCP-385, was a friend to him. This is a man at the end of his life who can no longer control the curse he did not ask for. I ask you, what use is there in keeping him alive? What research is there left to be done on this man? Can you imagine the sheer terror he must be living in when he's lucid? Absolute power and control, a mere thought away, and yet he can't fix himself because he doesn't know what the hell is happening. When I get to this, I could have spared him this suffering. Were it me in those conditions, I would have asked to be killed too, as I'm sure you all would too. I know this is not written in the standards you folks want, and I'm prepared to face whatever repercussions come from this. I'm not writing to the ethics committee as Dr. Erickson, I'm writing to you as Bill. Please, I beg of you, let Raul Lopera, or as we call him, SCP-385, die. Dr. William R. Erickson, SCP-385, lead senior researcher. Notice from the ethics committee, Dr. Erickson's proposal has been denied. Furthermore, Dr. Erickson has been reassigned. Oh, of course. Of course, it's all like, no, we're not gonna do that. And also you don't work here anymore. Incident report. Date 2016. Involved personnel: Dr. Amara, Dr. Nunez, Dr. Bellis. Report: Dr. Amara, Nunez, and Bellis entered SCP-385's containment chamber to perform routine examination and a memory test. All three present personnel had over 10 years of experience working with SCP-385 that conducted a cumulative 90 examination between them. SCP-385's mental state seemed to be further regressed than normal and was behaving erratically. Dr. Bellis attempted to gain the entity's attention and made physical contact with the entity, which startled it. SCP-385 screamed in fear, causing a site-wide power loss. Backup generators came online within 30 seconds of the incident. What happened in the intermittent time frame is unknown. When video feed of the entity's room was re-established, Dr. Amara, Nunez, and Bellis had vanished, and SCP-385 levitated in the center of the room with a stream of images projecting on the walls around it. The images were noted as depicting Site-55, the faces of researchers and personnel who have worked with SCP-385 in unidentified locations. The entity continued to scream for 1 minute before passing out and falling to the ground. The recontainment team administered a general anesthetics as per the order of the containment specialist Rivers. Containment specialist Rivers has submitted a proposal to the ethics committee to update SCP-385 special containment procedures to keep the entity in a comatose state. Notice from the ethics committee, containment specialist Rivers' proposal has been approved. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, of course. Hey, let's release him from his pain, and there's nothing to gain more. How about we just actually, you know, help him move on with life, move on in death. No, we're not gonna do that. Hey, how about we just knock him out for forever, for all eternity? Yeah, now that sounds good. Now that's what we like to hear. Absolute dickheads. Every time, man. But hey, he did technically get what he wanted. He did commit. He did die. He killed himself. I mean, like the orb came out of his body, or he at least created the orb, then touched it, and then vanished. Ceased to exist. So I guess he did get his wish granted. And he had to do it himself too. He was like, fine, I'll do it myself. Can't rely on the Foundation for anything. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.